Alright guys, watch this video for Monday, February 5th. Keeping my new tradition going. Starting these videos off with a little music, trying to mix it up a little. And before I go into the video for what I'm going to be watching on Monday, I kind of want the lyrics to come in here. And that's for a reason. Here we go. Alright, and the reason for that is, that's Pearl Jam. Yellow Ledbetter is the name of the song. It is my favorite song in the world that I don't understand one word in the entire song. It is so catchy, and I'm pretty good at singing it, actually, if you don't care what the words are, because I have no idea. Anyway. Alright, so, ugly, ugly day in the SPY. I want to bring this over. This is my equity curve for 2018. Each little change in the line is a trade, okay? So the bottom line here, bottom axis is number of trades as you go farther. Each one of these is a trade. Green dots mean new high for the year. Closed out Friday at highs for the year. And this axis over here is actual money, profits. So proud of that because you guys probably know, if you watch me at all, I don't short. Very rarely short, I should say. Occasionally I short, but I'm not really good at it. So even in a Dow down 666 points, how creepy is that, by the way, on Friday, I didn't trade very much. There aren't a lot of ticks here. Actually, for this line, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is February. I don't know where February 1st is because these are trades. But anyway, I haven't traded much in February. We only had, 2 trading days so far, right? Let me double check that so I don't misspeak. Yeah, Thursday and Friday. Haven't placed too many trades, but that's because I'm only looking for A+ setups, things that should be green right away at an inflection point. So again, one of the biggest factors for what turned my trading around is I finally decided I'm not taking a trade unless it's at a point where I should be green right away. Then all I have to worry about is scaling out, putting money in my pocket. So that's what our trading course is all about. Speaking of which, I'm going to bring this little arrow GIF thing, GIF, whatever they call these, over in the description below. We finally have our 2018 trading course recorded and ready for purchase at a nice discount, so you'll see that, and also some deals to our chat room. All of the upgrades for the chat room memberships are reflected at checkout. So when you click it, you go to checkout, you'll see that the 1 month is upgraded to 2 months and so on. The 2 years upgraded to lifetime and so on. So check those out, those links. And I'm going to go into the watch list now for what I'm going to be watching to trade on Monday. Again, ugly day in the SPY. I am actually really happy about it. Look at the volume there. This market, if you let's just take the last 4 trading days out of it, right? This market, if you kind of picture a line connecting the tops, right? A nice smooth trend line. And what happens here? What happens to the trend line right here? It almost goes parabolic. And you definitely had extra volume too. This kind of market needs to come in. So this is good. This is extremely healthy. I'm loving this because I think, in the next week or two, we're going to have some really nice setups and some really nice follow through again. But the market needed to come in. It absolutely needed it. All right. So along those lines, I'm starting off. You don't see this on my watch list too often because I love the small caps. In the height of earnings season and with an ugly day in the market, I tend to switch around and say, okay, what are some of the more normal stocks, if you will, the bigger names that might give me a nice setup, and Apple is definitely one of them. That's a nasty down day. It's fallen pretty far from like 180 area over the last couple weeks, down to 160. So that's already a good pullback in Apple, but look at the 200-day right here. I can make the 200-day expand itself there by doing that. All right, so look at the 200-day. I mean, it fell pretty quickly and pretty hard on Friday to get there. I was hoping that this would flush below the 200-day, like just get parabolic to the downside. Is that a word? Is that a phrase? Underneath the 200-day, I would have loved like a intraday shape play, flushing the 200-day, flushing that 160. Any whole number can be resistance and support anyway. But when you take a whole number divisible by 10, like a 160 or a 150 or a 140, they're kind of even more powerful, and you see a lot of stops taken out below them. So I was hoping to get a nasty flush of 160 and the 200-day, and then I would have been looking for an intraday reversal right below there on Friday. Here's the intraday action, and nasty sell-off, and then it just kept, every little bounce was slapped down at the 5-minute 20-period moving average, which is what you see in weak stocks, right? They test the 20, back down, test the 20, test 20, test each one, but we ran out of time. Ran out of trading day. You have to have time for that rebound to occur too. So unfortunately, didn't get to trade this one on Friday, but we're going to watch it. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe you get a nasty early flush below the 200-day. I'll be looking for an intraday bounce. Maybe it never touches the 200-day. I don't know, but certainly goes on watch. Speaking of 200 days, GES is down 3 days in a row to hit the 200-day. Took out some significant support in this area. Really took it out on Thursday and continued on Friday. I think this is a good candidate for a snapback bounce. Tractor Supply, TSCO, again, pretty beaten up from over 78 down to below 68 in a few sessions. And does have some support in this area. This trading right here from kind of the middle of December. A lot of trading took place there for, 6-7 days, something like that. And it's gotten down there in a hurry, so that's another good candidate for a bounce. Chevron, CVX, really extended to the downside here. Look at this shape. And some consolidation in this area, so we'll watch that one tomorrow. ATOS is an actual small cap that I still like. Had a really nice run here for about a week. 2 days lower in an extremely weak market. So that's good. You could argue that the overall weakness pushed this down too. Pretty good setup for a bounce play. Almost tested the 8-day on Friday. So if the market finds some support, this could be a good small cap to look to. HMNY, I've been watching this one to get back through 10. It kind of popped to 10 here. Pierced 10 here, but failed again here. Couple days lower, held the 20-day, and actually relative strength. This is the 5-minute chart on Friday. Relative strength here and held up pretty well. So, whenever the market, again, I'll show you the SPY. Whenever you get an ugly day like that in the market and you have stocks like HMNY that held up pretty well, they're worth watching too. RDFN, I've been watching this one for a bounce. It's holding these all-time lows here and actually had relative strength to the market on Friday. I mean, it opened right here, 5-minute candles, took out the highs, kind of retested the lows of the day, but closed fairly strong. So this one's worth watching for a push higher. Seems to have found support here. VKTX, speaking of relative strength, very strong versus the market on Friday. We're going to watch that one. RVLT, I like this big Thursday candle that went from 378 to 475, and then on Friday, again, relative strength. You have an inside candle, but closing pretty strong. This is one to watch on Monday. And then lastly, I'm going to put HTBX on watch, which I'll zoom in a little bit here. So you had this massive volume day, massive relatively speaking, for this stock. And then you got a couple days lower on declining volume that you could argue held up pretty well in a weak tape. So that's the list. We're going to look for some morning gappers as well. We're trading very cautiously. I'm taking very few trades because I got to have some good setups, but I actually like this pullback in the market, and we should see some really nice profits, in my opinion, this week, as long as we focus and only take those A+ setups that we teach in our course at the proper time so we can be green right away after we take it. Then all you have to do is manage the trade, which is a fun problem to have. I'm going to quit battling. We'll see everybody tomorrow.